Hey, let's start with your 2025 predictions before we talk about next year. Expect AI, hybrid workers, robotics, expert models. How did that come out so far? How are we looking so far?
I think what we really predicted for 25 was that AI will have the biggest inflection point in capabilities, basically going from machines that can give you an answer to machines that can actually reason and actually solve problems. I think that with the advent of reasoning models, with the advent of agents, I think that prediction was pretty much fully realized. Another one was about the fact that with this race for kind of AI dominance, it will be a bit of a consolidation of players around a few dominant players. The same way as it happened with the cloud, the same way it has happened with operating systems. I think we've definitely seen consolidation. Right now, the capital required to be at the frontier, like we say, is something that can only be afforded by a few companies. So definitely, I think that came to fruition. Robotics, I would say maybe it happened more outside the U.S. I think, sure. I was recently in China. I think China is really pushing very hard for humanoid robotics and also robotics really in everyday's.
Industrial robots.
Industrial robots, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, in part, their fertility crisis is acute. They may have more sense of urgency, yeah. But I feel like maybe to your point, next year, in America, we'll see the humanoid robot. But listen, the implications feel like they're going to be a little bit different for consumers, workers, and markets.
Correct.
And I think that's why you got so many different. Some people are obviously excited about this. I mean, 1 year predictions: the emergence of expert AI, an AI version of the PhD will arrive.
Yeah. Well, so I think there's going to be impact on consumers and on enterprise. And I think on consumer, maybe this year, one thing that I predict is that it might be finally the year where the personal assistant finally takes place in a major way. In fact, more than a personal assistant, it might be even a personal agent. Someone that will help you, for example, like this weekend, the storm canceled my flight. I had to do a lot of stuff,
right.
On your apps, you have to rebook stuff, etc. There is no reason why today's AI could actually do it for you. They have the data, they have the capabilities, and I think we're right at the verge of agents becoming like essentially your personal assistant, something that could be afforded by everybody. I think the implications on the enterprise are probably even more impactful. We're used to think about the world of software running essentially large enterprises on top of operating systems. I think agents will be the new software, and AI is going to be the new operating system. What does it mean? Really rethinking the way a company operates when AI can actually do tasks for you that normally would be done by workers. Right. That's the hybrid workforce concept. And
we're seeing that and play out in the stock market with software stocks, getting hit pretty good because of that. The market's seeing ahead of that. So before I let you go, though, the grander scheme of things, the fears out there that could replace human beings, or there's another school of thought that great workers now will only become better workers because they'll have AI.
I think the most important skill today for any employee is, one is expertise, because you need to hold on to your expertise, because you need to supervise AIs. AIs are not perfect. But at the same time, the ability to question your own expertise in the new world and learn new ways in which you can activate and you can actually execute your work in an age where your coworker could be an AI. So really, flexibility and expertise are really the magic combination for any worker today.
But the worker themselves that can do that, do you think their job will be safe?
I think the jobs, some jobs will be safe, some other jobs will not, and they will have to, of course, require risk. There are, for example, examples throughout history. But generally, if you look at the history, generally, economy tends to reabsorb and create new jobs. Right. Imagine how many new jobs are created, for example, to feed the AI itself. Right. So I think that eventually, there might be a short-term disruption, but eventually I think things are going to rebalance.
I hope you're right, but history, to your point, proves that these industrial revolutions have helped mankind, humankind, in every way possible.